this war in Ukraine. This article that you referenced from Foreign Policy is their lead article today. And I'm just going to go straight to the end here, but it's worth looking at just to see how the globalists are starting to panic now, because even if this war should have been concluded within its first 30 days and has staggered on for a year, from this perspective point, one would certainly hope that it will be over by the time the US elections come round in 2024. But it's not a given. And the globalist elite are starting to worry now. Here is just my excerpt. In the past year, survey questions about Ukraine that explicitly identified policies as Biden's got much lower approval than those about just the policies themselves. That's really an indication that Biden's standing now is so low, even people who would ostensibly support the White House's position on Ukraine will no longer feel the inclination to do so once they realise that they're Biden's policies. The failure of this administration is seeping through and is touching everyone, even their own latent supporters. However, the sentence I really want to just quickly mention is how Ukraine affects the 2024 presidential general election is contingent on three potential scenarios, one of which could help Biden, but only a bit, while the other two could hurt him quite substantially. Now, I'm not going to dig into those three explanations, but what I will say is that this is totally, Natalie, the wrong way round of looking at this, of seeing how Ukraine is going to affect the 2024 election, because if the war is still in progress by the time next year comes into view, really, I will simply end by referencing that Donald Trump has already pledged. He says that if he's elected, this war is going to end within 24 hours, and nothing is going to terrify the grifting sociopathic overlords more than that prospect. Okay, moving on. I'll quickly squeeze this on if I can before the break.
Of course.
This is a pretty important story. We touched on the show a couple of weeks ago that Russia had proposed to the UN Security Council to have an investigation into the sabotage of the Nord Stream pipelines. And for one reason or another, the vote on that in the Security Council wasn't held until a couple of days ago. Now, there are 15 members of the Security Council, including permanent and provisional ad hoc members. It would have required a vote of 9 to have this investigation, and it didn't go through. It was blocked. Only 3 member states voted for the investigation. The rest abstained. My 2 points on this is really important. Firstly, the United Nations is held up by all the it's like the globalist Vatican, right? It's held up by all the globalists as the citadel in upholding the rules-based international order. Why did the paladins of this rules-based international order not want an investigation into who
we're coming up against the break then, so hang on, I'm gonna hold you over just for a bit, but we gotta jump in a sec. But it is funny, you hear all this talk about, peace negotiations. Meanwhile, Zelensky's planning what he's gonna do when Trump already becomes president, and that already brings us to January 2025. So much for this war ending anytime soon, but luckily Zelensky sees the writing on the wall. Might not be so good at leading his country in battle, but I guess you can tell that Donald Trump will be president again come 2025. We'll be right back. Ben Hardwell, Mike Lindell. In our final block, Ben Hardwell has some closing thoughts on what's going on with the Nord Stream pipeline. If you want to wrap up and then give us your socials, we got Mike Lindell after talking about what's going on with the Election Crime Bureau. He has a new report. But before we get there, finish what you were saying, the Nord Stream pipeline.
Absolutely, naturally. Yeah, the important thing here is that the members of the Civic Council abstained on the vote because they know who was behind the sabotage and they don't want that to come out. Those three countries who wanted the report, and this pivots interestingly to what you were saying before with Dave